Well, what's good, people? CJ, technical difficulty again, brother. We ain't on
Like
IG.
always.
We're not on Instagram, and I will have to stop this again in order to put us on there. And I'm not doing it.
Gotcha.
I'm not doing it. I see what my issue is though. Like, whenever you, since I got everything on one screen, when I click on Instagram page, because going live brings up I guess an overlay window that sits in the
Yeah.
middle of the screen. It's canceling it out. Like, it's not allowing me to click back to the page to go work on the information or go live. It like just voids what I'm doing, and then you have to start over. And so now that I see that, I tried to go over here and edit it, and it won't let me change it. It's still stuck on the last key. Well, you know what? Let me see. Hey, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. All right, boom. All right, copy that and bring it over here, paste it. Maybe I was wrong, bro. Boom. I think I got it. Let me see. Let me see. There we go. All right. All right, bet. All right, now I can officially say, welcome back to Catching Up with E.D.F. Man, this is your boy, your brother, Sean. I got my brother with me.
What's good, people? CJ here. Your brother, your kinfolk, your nephew.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Good to see y'all peoples on tonight. As always, got to do our little formals. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow us and check us out at everydayfisherman.com. You can go to Google, search Everyday Fisherman. We should pop up. Of course, you know that you can purchase yourself a t-shirt on the website. You can see some cool content that leads you to YouTube, where we have other lives and other videos and fishing videos, all type of stuff. Therefore, you can be entertained, but also catch some faith in the process. So we appreciate y'all for stopping by. And before we get too far going, man, mental check, brother. How you been?
Hey, I've been here and there. I can say that. Uh, just trying to wrap my mind around things with the business and family, and had two deaths in the family. So,
Oh wow,
uh,
condolences, brother.
thank you, man. So, this week has definitely been one of those days or weeks to just show reflection and gratitude of life, man. So appreciation of life. So
I can dig that completely.
but other than that, I'm above ground getting around.
That above ground getting around, boy.
That above ground getting around.
I dig it, man. Let's see. For me, myself, man, I know it's been a minute since we've been on here, but everything's been good. The day was good. A lot of growth for myself and for my wife in these past 2-3 weeks.
Okay.
You know, we decided to change up some things to kind of help us get on one accord spiritually and naturally, and God's been faithful to it, man. So it's been paying off in that regard. As you speak of just thankfulness of life, we went to Kannapolis this weekend, so I got to see my mom and see some of the family members, my grandparents, my auntie, my uncle, and yeah, like the patriarchs of the family aren't getting any younger. So I try to hold it near and dear to my heart to try to get down and spend time with them, see them as much as possible. So I'm, not sitting around here woulda, coulda, shouldas, and all that whenever the time comes, right?
Yep.
For life to happen. Um, but yeah, man, sometimes it's kind of tough to see them in certain situations, especially with health. Like they've been a lot. They've been going through their trials with sicknesses and things like that, and bouncing back from it. But it's difficult to see at times, especially when ain't nothing you can do about it.
Right.
Um, you kind of pray about it, put your trust in God, and allow the doctors to navigate the waters. But it's just difficult sometimes when seeing your loved ones go through things. But um, we won't complain. You know, the dope part is they be in good spirits, regardless of whatever they hear. They always be in good spirits. So that
Yep.
it's always a learning lesson for me to be like, no matter what you go through. I mean, they've been teaching me this for years without saying it. So no matter what you go through, man, keep your head up. Keep your head up. Be thankful for another opportunity. Everything may not be like you want it to be, but you got something. So
Right.
that's for sure. That's for sure. But yeah, man.
Yeah, I just want to go back to what you just said, man. The just to having the opportunity to see them. So
Yeah.
like my aunt just passed, and I told wifey, I said, I think that the reason why it bothers me is because we always said we're gonna go, we're gonna go, we're gonna go, we're gonna go, we're gonna go. And knowing her situation and just hearing it from everybody else, like some days she's there, some days she's not. And I just don't want
Right.
her to be
Mentally,
there. Right.
mentally. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So
my
so
uncle's dealing with that now too.
so you get there, she may not know you, she may know you,
Exactly.
whatnot. So
Yeah.
I think I avoided it just simply because I wanted to kind of keep her like I saw her last. I don't want to see her, you know, degraded or anything, like not degraded, but just disintegrated is the word I
A,
was looking for
a
in
shell of
her
herself
mind.
in a sense.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think I just said, nah, we'll go, and then you get that phone call, and it's like, ah man, I should have went.
Right.
So so yeah, man. I always, if you ever think about it, just hey, go see your peoples, bro.
Well, yeah. So like, since we here, whenever my mom's mom was having her sicknesses in her transition stage, I realized that for a while I wasn't necessarily like I would go home, but I wasn't always going to Concord to see her. And it kind of just hit me one day. I'm like, man, I need to go by and see my grandma a little bit more. Um, and I'm glad that it hit me then. So like I learned my lesson then. Like God has always had a way of nudging me right before it's too late in these
Right.
situations. And so it's really about me being obedient to what I feel. And so like I started going down more often, and we started taking the kids down too. That's so this is like she got to see Bree, but that was right at the end stage. But this was more like Riley being, what I'm saying, 8 months, 1 year, like so. She got to spend a lot of time with Riley in those days, and like I got pictures and stuff of her her holding a baby, and just a big smile and stuff like that. So like even though Grandma made it and deal with the whole mental aspect of um like losing herself like mentally
Mm,
and not being there all the time, just being around, like I didn't like the fact of where her body was health wise. But one
right.
thing to that is like regardless of what you see current, um I learned this with my brother. Like I'm going to always hold on to what I know is true about the person. So like with Quincy, his sickness did a number to his body where it took away the big brother that I seen. And what I'm saying, he lost a lot of weight, was weak and stuff towards the end and that type of thing. But that wasn't the Q I knew. So like even though I remember what that looks like, I always hold near and dear to the life of the party Q, healthy Q. Like that's the way I see it. And so
Right.
and that's how I carry it now with you know losing my grandma, it's like I'd hold near and dear to the good parts about it, regardless of where they may be in the current state. And that just goes back to what you said, like the opportunities that you got to build while they still are who they are, or in the health that they got. So yeah, whoever's listening to this, man, if you, I would suggest pick up the phone and just call your peoples. Call your mama, call your daddy, call your patriarchs, shoot, call your siblings, call your friends.
Right.
Don't let too much time pass without reaching out to people that you care about and or you love, because you never know. You never know what may happen in the world, or not even talk about just health, but you see what's happening in the world today. You never know when these phone systems might cut off, or something might happen, and what I'm saying, we might not be able to move out the state like that. You just don't know these days. So take advantage of your time frames while you got them, man, because stuff like this ain't promised. Like, it's not always promised to just be able to pick up the phone and talk to somebody and kick it in the way that you would want to kick it. So
Right. Had some lighting issues, but my light went out on me, so I had to readjust.
yeah,
I had
we'll
to, I
talk
had to
through it.
readjust. I had to readjust.
We'll talk through it. Give me 1 second, man. Let me peep over here and see if I can see. We ain't got nobody joined over there. Let me move this to where I can see it though. All right, bet. All right, man. Well, if y'all are tuned in, man, once again, this is Catching Up with E.D.F. I am Sean. Got my brother CJ with me. This is the space where we just kick it, talk fishing and faith. We're gonna move right along, man. We got the question of the day. Let me see. Let me find it over here. Boom. Got my question of the day, and let me see which one we gonna go with.
You ain't got no bop on the back.
Say what?
You ain't got no bop. We acapella today.
Nah, the music going. You can't hear it.
I cannot hear it.
Oh man, I don't know what to tell you on that.
That might be a good thing though.
I am over here jamming. Let me pause it.
I can hear it.
Let me bring it
No, but I
back.
can hear it. No, but I can hear it. But I don't hear it today.
All right. Well, I guess you're supposed to be focused then.
I know that's right.
All right, man. Question of the day. Let's see. How can fishing teach the next generation about patience, purpose, or prayer? So they don't got to be all three if you ain't got all three, but pick one of those. And how can it teach the next generation about it?
Well, I would definitely say fishing can definitely teach the patient part.
Always.
We live, always. We live in a world where everything is instant: phone, answering, entertainment.
Yeah.
But fishing pushes back against all of that. So if you out there fishing, your phone ringing, what you gonna do? Answer the phone and lose that big catch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It ain't no hold on, let me it's none of that unless on your Bluetooth or whatnot. But it just teaches us the what's happening now, maintaining on what's happening now, focusing on what's happening now. There's something about building patience and waiting and focusing, awareness and self-control. And I think sometimes when we get out and you kind of like you implement focus and awareness and self-control, again, you're not going to build your phone when you're trying to make that big catch. And that's to the point of this. If you're tournament fishing, all the big tournament fish, you don't see them out there with that thing in their hand. They're focused, they're locked in. And I think that's what fishing helps us, is to give us that ability to say, you know what, let me lock in on what I'm doing. Let me focus on what I'm doing. Concentrate on basically the video you sent. Shout out to Gabe with Jamal, and I had to look at my face.
No, you talking about the vlog? Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's
Gotta
just
be dropping
self-awareness.
some.
Yeah, it's just self-awareness, man. I think it teaches us that where we have to focus on what's around us, what we're doing, how to read body of water, and it's the same with life, man. You when you get around
Gotcha.
people, you're able to uh, read body languages. You can understand certain things that's going on, and it's so great how those two kind of correlate together.
Hmm.
Um, so definitely big thing on patience.
For sure. Um, well, you said patience, so I'll let you have that. Definitely, fishing is going to test your patience. Going to grow your patience for sure. Um, Let me tie in the other two. So, purpose. All right, what it can show or what it can teach about purpose is this. Um, I think everybody can identify with trying to figure out what is my purpose in life, what I'm supposed to do, what am I here for, right? Um, Usually, that answer comes with you being active in something. You have to take some passion of yours and put some action to it in order for you to figure that out. Most of the time, purpose just don't fall out the sky in your lap and be like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, usually find your purpose in things that you love, and that comes from action. So, with fishing, though, I mean, it's very synonymous from the point of you have to try things on the water in order to figure out what works.
Yeah,
And everything that you try and learn doesn't always apply to every situation, but it also applies to every situation, right? So what you mean, Sean? So if I was to use a spinner bait today, I can go to a body of water and try to spinner bait, right? And it may or may not work, but something else may be way more effective than the spinner bait. Um, and if I was to be, what's the word I'm looking for? If I was to be stubborn in my ways and just be like, nah, I know what I'm doing. I caught this one on a spinner bait. This is all. I'm gonna fish this. This is everything. Like, yeah, it might work, but you in this body of water that's got a, let's see, it's got a lot of rocks on the bottom. Like, yeah, spinner bait is cool, but crankbait with a square bait will probably be a little bit better. So you can get a little bit more reactions off, you know what I'm saying, the structure on the bottom of the water type ordeal. And so it's one of those things where with purpose, man, you the same way in life that you gotta be active and try things and not be so um, I know it all when you're in situations or you're around people. Some people are trying to help you. Instead of being like I know it all, you just kind of try things, see where your passion lies, what works, and it begins to show itself. Same way with fishing. Um, when you approach certain bodies of water, you fish certain ways. You take all of that and you learn from it. But you kind of got to go with the flow of what's going to work best for the situation. And then prayer, I would just tie prayer back to patience, man. Like um, with prayer, it's a thing of praying about something you're believing for to come to pass, but you still got to wait.
mm,
Um, and I think a lot of people, I won't say this. Some people get it confused that when I pray, it's just supposed to happen because God is powerful to make it happen. And he is powerful enough to make it happen. And depending on the situation, it may happen like that. But in other situations, it may not. There may be things that you're praying for or praying to get out of or praying to get to, that it's a lot that you need to learn to be able to handle what it is you're going to receive, what you're trying to leave, or what it is, um, excuse me, what you're trying to receive, what you're trying to leave, or where you're trying to get to,
mm,
or where you're going to arrive, rather. There's things that you need to learn to be able to handle life after you get it, where you leaving from, or where you're going to. And a lot of times, God hears your prayers and he's maneuvering things for you. But like whenever we pray, we're supposed to pray from a place of believing anyway. And you're supposed to be praying from a place of expectation. So it's not about praying and it doesn't happen in a week and it's like, now I'm getting worried and sad. It's like, no, like you're supposed to believe that all things are worked out anyway. And because I love him and he loves me, he has everything ordered. Like all my steps are ordered, right? And so whenever you pray, you're praying from a place of expectation. Like no matter when it happens, it's gonna happen. And so
Mm.
patience falls right in the mix of that. Same way with fishing. Like you you're going out to catch a fish and you might catch one as soon as you touch the water. And you might not catch one for 3 more hours before you leave, but you're
Mm.
always going to expectation. Every time you step to that water, I'm expecting to catch a fish.
Right.
And if it don't happen today at all, then next time I come out, I'm expecting
Next
to
time
catch
I
a
come
fish.
up.
Um, so I think that's how we can tie in patience, purpose, and prayer for the next generation, whoever hears this. When it comes to fishing, man, like fishing has a lot of ways of identifying with life. Um, so many so that I didn't even realize until we started diving into the business and diving in to try to create shirt ideas and even further these topics that we be trying to come up with and talk about. I'd be like, man, boy, this is a lot of correlation,
Oh yeah. Oh
with
yeah.
what we do. A lot of
And
correlation, man.
I just want to go back on something because we oftentimes we can use going back to prayer.
Uh
We
huh.
can often pray for something, and it's the sometimes you get the same response, the same response, the same
Ah,
response,
yeah.
and it's like with fishing, it can be the same thing. Now, granted, I've seen you. This might be almost contradiction, but I know I know when I use my drop shot,
Yeah.
I always catch probably the same size fish. It's
Okay.
same presentation, meaning the same prayer. If I use the same presentation, I'm gonna get the same thing every time.
Okay.
But I've noticed when you switch over to something that's more scrumptious to them. Oh,
Yo, well, my man says scrumptious.
scrumptious.
Boy, you got a
When
problem.
when you when you
You
switch
got a
over
problem.
to that jig or to a better a different presentation, you
Yeah.
then for attract the bigger fish, and therefore, if you change the way you pray or waiting to hear from the response of the prayer that you get, then maybe I'm saying my prayer wrong. Let me say it this way to get the bigger blessings. So it's the same word with fishing. Sometimes you have to change the presentation to get the better fish or the bigger fish.
So to tag along, it's not contradiction. So even though, and you're right with that. So to your point, it goes back to expectation. Even though you have the same prayer, right? Because I know for me, I can identify with this. There's some things in my life that and my marriage that we've been praying for a while and never really seen the changes that we thought were going to happen, right? And so the
Right.
prayer kept going out the same way, and because we were looking for it to be one way,
Mm,
or for the evidence to be one way, where it's like God is like, I've given you the answer and you ain't done this yet. So you're looking for an end result, but you still got X, Y, and Z to do before we can get there. And so it's the same prayer, same presentation, but the different execution of the presentation.
right.
And so when you use that in terms of the drop shot, um, that the drop shot now has become more like the slider for me. When I feel like nothing else is working, I'm going to that to fish. So point in case, I went fishing with my uncle over the weekend, um, and went to a pond, new pond, dope pond too. Got to show you the pictures of those. We definitely can. We can go whenever you come back down the way. One second. Headphone got stuck. Start tearing up the desk. Um, but yeah, so we get out there and there's like you already when I explain this to you, you're gonna know the first place I went. So like the pond is more of a longer pond than round. And so there's a to the right. If you're standing looking at it this way, to the right was the deep side in the dam. That backside had a tree line, so the dam was clear to fish, and all the way up the other side into the end. So you had pretty much 50% of the pond could be fish,
Okay.
except that back corner, right?
Gotcha.
But on the shallow end is where they had trees that they cut down, and the stumps were still in the water. Fallen trees was in the water. Whole bunch of brush piles against that back sideline. I'm just like, as soon as we pulled up, I'm like, yeah. And so Unc was like, he gonna fish the dam because he had fished the other side before. And I want to say, I'm sitting here trying to fix my drop shot rig and put a chatterbait on, and he catches one within like 5 minutes. And it's a decent sized fish. And so everything in me like, fish the dam. Like, you got the chatterbait, you just bought to fish the dam. But the core of me is like, no, we got to go see what these trees is about. And so I go down there, and I think I started fishing with the slider first. Nope, I started fishing with the drop shot first. And I caught a little fish, threw it back, caught another little fish, threw it back. And then I started trying to test my ability to get it around these logs in a way that I can bring it back. As soon as I came back, so there's a long tree that goes in the water. And so I tossed across alongside it, brought it back, got hit by a big fish. It was probably like 1.5 pounds too. And as I'm fighting it, it spit the hook out. So I'm like, this guy. Pause. And so I'm like, I bet at least I know that there's bigger size fish over here. And I pretty much spent some time over there until I lost the drop shot. End up throwing on the other side of a log. And so my whole thing was, when I would throw, I would immediately start to work the bait back so it doesn't drop and get stuck on anything. Like, it's coming across the logs. And that when I threw it, and I was like, I'm gonna let it sit for a second, because that's how the last one hit in the open water. As soon as I did that, gone. So I snapped off, and then I started fishing with the slider. Still caught a couple fish on the slider, but it wasn't like the drop shot, and I didn't end up having to go back, retie. And I end up catching most of the fish on the drop shot. So I think for me with that, it's like, even though back to the same prayer, it's like I'm presenting the same bait, but my execution of that is different. And it just goes back to, like, whenever you're praying about something, God is usually giving you an answer or a direction or something about, and it's usually minute, about something that needs to happen in the moment. And it's like, you need to get that about the moment, work that out, figure that out about the moment, so he can transition you to the answer of it.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's execution of it, brother.
Yes, sir. Good stuff,
Execution
bro.
of it. That was dope.
Good stuff.
That was dope. Once again, if y'all checking in, man, this is Catching Up with E.D.F. live. Got me, your brother Sean, with my brother CJ here. You can catch all of this content. Well, this currently is live on YouTube and Instagram, as you see. But if you're trying to keep up with us outside of these social media platforms, you can go to everydayfisherman.com, which is our website. You can, I think you could leave reviews and send us messages on that, and or emails if you want to get in contact with us about anything, and also see the merchandise. We do appreciate you stopping by whenever you see this. We appreciate the support and the love, man. And with that being said, do you got a lure today?
Oh, you know it. You know it. I'm gonna say the lure today is going to be. I may have said this one already. It's kind of hard because we ain't did this in a couple of weeks. I'm gonna go back to that.
I'll let you know.
To the old faithful Texas rig with a soft plastic worm.
You haven't. This is a new one. This is a new one.
And I'll say the reason for that is when you're not catching, man. Sometimes that, again, going back to presentation, moving too fast, you need a little slow presentation, a little slower presentation.
Yep.
You can slow it down. And that's what the Texas rig is going to do. It's going to force you to slow down, get in front of that bass who's hugging the bottom or hiding in cover. You let that thing slide through the weeds and the bushes, my boy. Hey, and my favorite soft plastic worm is always gonna be what?
Trick
The lime
worm,
truce.
lime
Lime truce
truth,
trick
trick
worm.
worm,
Zoom lime truce trick worm. I
all
probably should
day
have told you that,
long.
but or
Hey,
that black and blue. That black and
let me
blue.
let me tell you something, brother. I just realized, hey, what we gotta hide baits for? Ain't no
Oh
need to
God.
hide no bait. I'm not gonna hold no bait from nobody. You gonna have to learn how to fish it. I can tell you all day what something is. You gonna have to learn how to fish it.
I think now I hear the music.
Oh, you do? There you go.
I I think it was uh was it Corey? It
Who
won't
is Corey?
Ish. I think it was I can't think of my man's name. It's not Ish. I think his name is Corey. Uh I've drawn a blank, but he had something today I think I watched. He was talking about this is the bait I'm throwing. And he said ain't no need for me to hide it from you. Uh, we all gotta he said ain't no gatekeeper, we just uh
Hmm.
try to I'll tell you what it is, but you're gonna have to figure out how to use it type thing. So
For
I can't think
sure.
of the guy's name, but professional angler. Um, man, I can't think of his name.
Nah, for sure. Like I think I used to be in the mindset of trying to hide what I'm using, but at the end of the day, it's like for what? Because there's been so many baits that I've seen people use, and I try to go use it, and it don't work until I practice it and figure out how to make it work for me. Like for the longest, I seen
Right.
people fish with jigs, and I could not catch a fish on the jig until one day I was like, I'm not fishing nothing but this jig until I figure out how it works to catch fish, and then I figured it out. And so I'm like, all right, I'll utilize it like this until I figure out something else. Um, so yeah, man, lime true strict worms. There you go. Figure out
There
how to
you
use it
go.
though. Thank us later. But now this is a Texas rig right here. You usually have a this is a bullet weight. Is that correct? Is that
Yeah.
all right? So
Yep.
you rig it up by putting a bullet weight on the line first. Most people use tungsten because they are smaller, but they still hold the same weight. You see how big this bullet weight is? A tungsten weight would be about half the size, but could still be the same weight, right? Look, just lessen the profile so fish can't really tell the weight is there. You tie on a worm hook of some choice, and then you take in, I believe you can put on a plethora of different soft plastics from worms um, to swim baits if you wanted to, creature baits if you wanted to. But it's normally going to be used with some kind of soft plastic. And then you want to hide your hook in the worm. So you want this to be weedless. Therefore, you can fish around a lot of cover. So in the trees, heavy grass, around rocks. And when you hide the hook, it allows for this particular bait to come through the water and come through all of that stuff and kind of come over those obstacles without getting stuck on anything. Whenever you're able to get into cover is whenever you're able to catch more fish. Um, and just so you can identify what we're saying, next time you go to Bass Pro Shop, if you're a person that don't fish like that, next time you go to Bass Pro Shop, I want you to go to the fish tank and I want you to check out where the bass sit in the fish tank. So you're gonna have a few bass kind of roaming around, but for the most part, if you look at that fake tree that they got over in the corner, wherever they may have their fake tree, and also look on the backside that look like rock cliffs, watch and see where certain fish are just chilling. Most of the time, they're gonna be suspended, right, hugging along the tree or flat along the back of that rock. And that's how bass do. Like they like structure. They like being close up to something so they can ambush prey. And so when you got something like this coming through the water and it kind of just float past their face, watch out. Watch
They do
out.
that sound effect yet?
Watch out.
Watch out.
Watch out. So
Oh.
that is your lure of the day, man. If y'all could leave a comment, let us know where you are if you're in here. If you catch this on the replay, man, let us know your lure of the day. If you are rocking with a Texas rig, how you rig it up? What's your favorite soft plastic? What size bullet weight you going with? Where you like to fish it at? And what's your PB on it? Let us know that information in the comments. And man, before we get out of here, man, we're gonna run one this or that. And let's see, man. I got two, but I'm gonna say the other one for next week. So we're gonna go with this one.
You know I was gonna pick both of them.
We're gonna go with this one right here. You want a country pond or a big lake or reservoir? Gotta choose one.
I'm gonna go with the big reservoir.
Big reservoir.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the big reservoir.
Okay.
I feel like my odds of the bigger one's gonna be in a big reservoir versus a country pond. I'm stuck in my check. I mean,
your PB is at a country pond though.
My PB is at a country pond, but I believe my PB could be definitely at this big reservoir.
Agreed.
Especially with the warm water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be there.
Yeah.
So
it's tough for me because we always fish in ponds, and I mean that's mainly because the whole kayak boat situation or the lack thereof at the moment.
Yep.
But when this changes here in the very close future, I'm going with the lake reservoir too. Man, I'm going with the lake reservoir too. Because I mean, it's endless. It's endless with a lake. I mean, it's also endless with a pond, man. If you got the right body of water, like where we fish at on the regular, they have easily had 10, 11, and if I'm not what was 13 the biggest? 13-pound bass was the biggest.
Where?
Jason's.
Yes, I think so.
I want to say
so.
30.
By JB? Was it JB that called it?
I think so.
Yeah. I think it was JB that called that.
And that's a country pond. So and that's not the only bass that get that size in his bodies of water. Man, he got multiple bodies of waters that can carry a fish like that. So that's what makes it difficult to say country pond, but that's like a one in a lifetime thing too. It's like an oasis. I think, you know what I'm saying? Like, interesting enough, good one. You know, they said that the 10-pounder was caught out there, and I'm like, I don't see how. I never seen a fish over like a pound and a half. And once we caught.
We know why, because we got people.
There's a fish fry.
Somebody want a fish fry, and they go take the 10-pounders home.
Who is eating a 10-pound bass?
Man,
can't do it. Speaking of, go ahead before I go ahead.
Yeah, so I wanted to go back off to just send a shout out to Kylie Short. That's Bait Barbie on Instagram. When we talk about kayaks, if y'all ever want to check out somebody on kayaks, look her up. Like her info, just her knowledge of kayaks, what to use, what not to use. Like if I had the funds right now because of her, I would go buy one. Just because of her knowledge of finding one that I can stand up on. I'm a big boy and I can't swim and I can't drink all that water. So that's why I don't go fishing with Sean, and I couldn't go fishing with Sean. If I fell in that water, we'd be in some problems, boy.
Why you say you can't go fishing with me like I'm doing wild stuff at the water?
No, I'm not saying you doing wild stuff. It's just the last time we went on that John boat, and I think I made a wrong shift.
Are you talking about on the water, like in a boat?
Yes. Yeah. I can't see you trying to get over there on your kayak trying to come get me out.
Hey, brother, we got We got life vests. We'll figure it out. I ain't gonna let you die.
I believe you.
I'm
I
not gonna let
believe.
you die. Like we gonna find a way. We gonna find a way. If I gotta give you my life jacket to hold on to, and I get out the boat so we can just hold on to the side of the kayak and swim to the shore to get ourselves situated.
Oh
We're gonna find a way.
man.
We ain't
Oh
dying on the
man.
water.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
Not dying on the water.
Gene Jensen did a video about that. Good video, good guy on his information. He did a kayak where he tells you when you get one, you need to do this exercise every single chance you get. And it's basically if you fall out and your kayak flip over, how to flip it back over and how to get back in it. And he just does this repeatedly. And Gene Jensen probably a little bit bigger than me. And just to see him do it, I'm like, well, he's lost some weight over the years too, but just to see him do it, I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
one day.
For me to get a kayak, I'm definitely going one that is stand up. I'm not getting in nobody's kayak that's sit in. I need one that's flat for you to
Flat
sit.
base,
It's called sit on top.
Yep.
Pause. But yeah, I need something where I can stand on top of the kayak, and the one that is wide base that prevents the whole, I mean, anytime it can be flipped over, but just prevents that, or gives stabilization. Let me put it that way. I'm not buying nothing else. Like I said, we already know that's a G. Like we already know that's a G. I've been looking, and I've seen a few that is on top of the kayak. That might fall into a cheaper category, but it's like, can you trust it? That's my thing. It's like, can you trust it? And then also too,
Right.
if we go on kayak, I'm gonna need the capability to put a trolling motor on and also the paddles on, so I can go to a lake and maneuver. So I already know that's gonna be a G at the minimum. At the minimum. But it's gonna be well worth it. It's gonna be well worth it. I'm trying to tell you, as soon as I get a craft, I don't care if it's for 30 minutes. I'm gone. I'm gone. I am gone. Trust and believe. This place is right now. I'm like, well, I've been waiting to fish this spot alone. I'm out.
Yep.
I'm out. So I'm out, man. You got anything else, bro?
I don't, Doc.
For sure, man. Well, we definitely appreciate y'all for stopping by. If you're still kicking it with us at this point, whether live on the watch back, appreciate it, man. Until the next time.
To the next time.
Yeah, it's on you. I was making sure I had nothing else to say.
I know that's right. As always, man, stay on the water, stay in the word, and keep fishing every day.
And you know how we do it, man. Y'all keep it the everyday way. And until the next time, man, we'll see y'all later. We appreciate it. We'll get it, y'all.